Hello, I'm Brian Noble, CEO of Family Policy Institute of Washington.
And I'm Brad Payne, president of FPIW Action.
Couple of the disclaimers before we get started today. Nothing in this video is an endorsement of the candidate, nor the candidate's endorsement of FPIW or FPIW Action. It's simply a public service to meet and greet the candidate. Brad?
All right, Cody. Well, thank you for being on with us this morning. We appreciate having you on.
Thanks for inviting me.
All right. So, first question is kind of a three-parter. If you would tell us specifically what position you're running for, and then give us a little background about yourself and your family, and then wrap up with some comments about your experience for this position.
Yeah, so I'm a candidate for U.S. House of Representatives, District 2, and I am not really a political insider. I'm a political outsider to this whole game. I come from a service in the United States Navy at NAS Woodby Island, where after I deployed multiple times overseas, I returned to use the GI Bill to get a degree as a civil engineer. I ended up becoming a licensed professional engineer, a small business owner, and an infrastructure expert known throughout the entire state of Washington on numerous state and federally funded infrastructure projects in the district. I am a father of three daughters, all in public school in the district, ages 10 to 17. And I'm a husband of 24 years with family connections going back about 100 years in the district. So my life has gone a little crazy, and it's what got me into this situation. I started off years ago in this industry, and I'd found quite a bit of infrastructure fraud, and it got me down the path of being a government accountability. The word activist, I think, is the right word for it, but I had been fighting government corruption and going to court, and I ended up getting some experience at local, state, and federal courts, learning the legal system on my own, never had a lawyer represent me, and fighting for what I thought the people wanted, which was the whole government accountable when I found things. And that focused a lot on election integrity issues over the years, governments entering into illegal contracts, exposing fraud in government.
Wow. What is
Yeah.
your primary promise to the public if you were elected?
Well, number one is to serve them. That's one of the things that's really been lacking across the district. There is a lot of frustration that we are not being represented as common people. Again, I think I check the boxes of what a common person in the district who's been here, especially this long, and to have the voice of someone who with traditional values, who is dealing with the struggles we have now. I've told people they've tried to pin me down on certain things that are against my religious beliefs. I will tell people I don't change who I am for anyone. I think it suits this country because my beliefs are founded on what this country was really founded on, which is being a good American, and advocating for what Americans want. The election integrity issue is a big one, but unity in our country is really something we need to bring back, that serves the people and not political partisanship. And I think that's a big issue right now, the divisiveness with the establishment political parties, which again, I'm an outsider to that. I'm here to serve everybody. And so I'm committed to serving everybody in this role.
Very good. Cody, what do you feel like differentiates you from your opponent?
Well, again, I am not an insider on this stuff. One of the things that I have to say stands out is, I'm fighting millions of dollars are being used against me. And if you did not know, I had accepted some funds early on, but I've been into this thing about $2,500. And I've made it to the general election of a U.S. congressional position because I do believe I'm representing the voice of the people. I I hate to say it, but I don't think he's pro-life. He said it. He's pro-choice. I'm a pro-life Christian. I can't believe that people wouldn't advocate just for life in general. I'm a believer in a lot of the constitutional values of gun rights. I don't believe in infringing upon the right to bear arms. I believe in traditional families. I'm raising my daughters the way I was raised, and I am fighting against someone who believes in government intervention into our lives and advocates for it with the DEI, critical race theory. It's significant social differences between him and I. Also, I point out just on a bigger bigger scale. I am a veteran. I do not believe America needs to enter into unprovoked wars. We have, unfortunately, too many veterans who've been through combat that is going to scar them for life for wars that our own representatives won't sign a declaration of war on, but they'll be happy to send people out to do them, to fight in these battles. So I believe in a strong military. And I believe in a lot of those traditional values. I'll also say I get really tired of the revisionist history of what America is. America is one of the greatest countries to exist on its providing liberty to people and the freedom to live their lives the way they should be. And that seems to be challenged with the current government, and in the last several years, especially infringing upon people's right just to live in peace and not have government intervene in their day-to-day lives and change and try to dictate, especially children in school, change the belief systems of families by advocating in schools for beliefs that are frankly against traditional American and traditional Christian values. Those are very significant differences. The list goes on for quite a while.
Our fourth and final question is, what did you learn during the primary that is positively impacting you during this general election?
Well, the public support has been overwhelming. I have to tell you that. People, when they find out that I'm not taking contributions and let me be clear about what I said before, I'm not taking contributions. I've told people before during the general election, I don't want this about personal enrichment. I have a competitor who's basically a millionaire because of this system, and I don't believe that's how our political system should operate. And the overwhelming support I've gotten has just been very heartwarming, I'll be honest with you. People are tired of the establishment, people who've been in office for decades, smiling while they say they're going to do things that they never do. And then these problems come up and they never acknowledge they're the ones that were there that allowed them to happen. That public support has kept me going. And it keeps me going to this day. Again, the people know what they want. They want to return to what we have been as a country for most of our existence, which is one where the government doesn't intervene in our daily lives, that they allow us to live in peace, and that we have a decentralization of government. I can't overstate it. They want to return to what we have been as a country and stop the path that we're going down. And there's just overwhelming support for my position on that.
Cody, thank you so much. We appreciate you being on. We thank you for sharing your views with our listeners, and we wish you much luck in the remaining weeks of the campaign.
Well, I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm Brad Payne with FPIW Action.
And I'm Brian Noble with FPIW. From the reminder, nothing in this video is an endorsement of the candidate, nor the candidate's endorsement of FPIW or FPIW Action. Like we like to say around here, go out there and defend and advance biblical values in the public square. God bless.